the original.
And then they added Espeon and Umbreon.
Mm-hmm.
Or were there more? I forget.
There's like 16 now or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Leafeon, the fairy one.
Yep, you are right. Generation 1, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon. Generation 2 got Espeon and Umbreon. Generation 4 got Leafeon and Glaceon, and then Generation 6 got Sylveon.
I found Gandalf, guys.
I swear to God, if it's a picture of Ganondorf, I'm gonna slap you. Oh.
No, like in our game, I found Gandalf.
Do we need to run?
No.
Run.
Run. Wait. I gotta find that video.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you some mug. Make my proposition for a new card. Or should I save that for a write-in?
Is that whole thing a card?
Yeah, just one white card.
That is one. Yes, yeah, I will accept that. We will take that spark and start a fire.
I already have one in there like that. Except it's a black card.
Okay, so Moria, are you there?
Oh, it's too big.
Of course, it's too big, Cad. Don't be dumb.
I'm used to that. Don't worry.
Okay, so as I said earlier in the day, we will be doing a little bit of what I consider to be an exercise in improvisation, playing your character, and role-play in general. So, as you all sit down at your campfire in the evening, let's not worry about how we got here or why we're together. Let's not worry about that right now.
Why are we here?
As you sit down, as you sit down,
Why are we
begin and you're all just enjoying this quiet evening with nothing trying to murder you. Nobody discriminating against you for the color of your scales or your heritage or your lack thereof. And you're staring into the fire, that little drowsiness that comes to you as time passes and not a lot's going on. And somebody comes walking out of the woods and into the clearing with your camp. That fella. He's an old man, hunched.
I was about to ask something. I
don't know how to turn him.
Oh,
I figured it out.
I was going to say you can click him. I think there should be like a.
No, I figured it out. He's not ass person anymore.
Before you do anything, I shoot him in the face.
No, you're not one-shotting him. Get out of here.
Kidding.
So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by ass first. He's an old man, big gray beard, hunched, using a staff. He says, "Stay a while and listen." No, he doesn't. And anybody that does have...
Don't worry, he'll die in 3 games.
Anybody who has aggressive thoughts feels their mind begin to soothe. And those aggressive thoughts slowly start fading away. And you're not entirely sure why. And as he walks up to the campfire, and you can barely see his face, save for the big long beard.
Sorry, get it right.
Is that what you want to say?
Greg, watch that real quick. You will laugh.
Okay. So So this old man approaches the fire
And
And-
walks right into it.
and right into the fire, and he looks around at each one of you. Hold on, I can do this.
You
He
can
looks-
only go in the cardinal directions, unfortunately.
I know,
Well, no,
if
you hit Alt, actually, I think he'll lock in place. Is it Alt or is it Control, Greg? I think it's Alt. It's Alt. Oh, I actually don't think Greg can hear us. That video's kind of loud.
I can hear you.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
I tried to make it look like he was looking around. It didn't really work. Anyway,
It works.
so he looks around at the group, and he says, "I hope you do not mind that I come to share your fire this evening, and to share in stories that you might have. Stories I would hope that would show." Stop rioting! I don't know why I try with you fuckers.
Alright, that was actually like, to me it looked like cursive, and that's what made me laugh. It's like, nerd. Like, really, like, nice and sweet. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Og.
Are we done?
Do you have any special talents?
Anyway, I was hoping. God damn it!
You made it muted for
Sorry.
a second.
Go ahead.
See, I don't know why I try with you fuckers. Okay,
I'm sorry. You can go now.
I'm hoping that you guys will share some stories about camaraderie, friendship, maybe, how you met one another. I'm a collector of stories, and this is what I want to hear. And as the words leave his mouth, you sort of feel this compulsion, this need to talk.
I want to point out that
And-
elves are immune to enchantment.
This isn't enchantment. This isn't magic.
It's
Okay.
his good-naturedness. that
Yeah,
makes you
that's
want
what
to
it is.
speak.
Hey. Yeah. Oh, that, and I don't use DM Fiat very often, and I'm not using it now. There's a damn good reason why you can't say no to this guy. So, moving on.
Never mind. I was about to say something, but go
If he's
ahead.
Tom Bombadil, I'll spill my guts.
There you go. He's Tom Bomb. Look, in your head, you get the name Tom for some reason. Anyway, so
Raging erection.
I now have an urge to start singing.
okay. Anyway,
Stop, please. I need to be
who
serious.
who would like to go first? Okay.
Who are you exactly? Are you this very flamboyant picture? Oh, okay. Go ahead. I didn't know.
So-
I didn't know. It doesn't match your picture anymore.
She's the only one here who looks like a weeb.
So,
Are you
Other
sure?
than Clarion.
This one
Other than
does.
Clarion.
Okay.
This one does pretty much.
the old man turns to the Fey Touched and says, "Tell me a story about how you met one of your companions."
Just keep talking. Just talk through the laughter. It'll go away. It's pretty gruesome. That's not in characterly, by the way. That was not. That would not be what Kalanthar says. I know how to play Kalanthar. That's not what he would say. I'm saying that out of characterly. Pretty gruesome.
Had to collect essence.
So,
Whoa! Whoa! Nope. Kalanthar's like, nope.
all right. So the lizard folk saved your life. And then what happened then?
She wanted to collect his essence. I'm
Can
sorry,
we not?
Carol. I'm shutting up. That
Can
was
we
on
not?
camera.
Can we not?
So you started following him because you didn't know where you were going?
Gotta close my fucking door. Alright then. Alright,
So-
by the way. Oh, never mind. I was about to.
Hmm?
I just want to say this. I can't stop looking at that wizard staff. It looks like a pencil.
Fuck, it does.
Fucking irritates me.
Damn it, now I see it too.
Look at his staff. On the right side of it, it looks like it's like pointed, and the end looks like and the other end looks like an eraser. It's fucking pencil.
But it's like one of those pencils that you, or like erasers that you used to put on the end of your pencil, like in middle school.
I'm sorry, Og. There was a silence, and I had to say something. Thank you for enlarging him, by the way, so we can confirm this.
Oh, how great.
Oh,
Wonderful.
man.
You get to see
Anyway,
fucking
so like I was saying when I was actually
Let's be
Huh?
serious, everyone. Come on.
focus. So you're saying that you follow him so that he will protect you. Well, so long as he's happy with that arrangement, I'm sure it's a good arrangement for the both of you.
I just remember this isn't 5th edition, so I was like looking at my, I was gonna go look at my like flaws and all that, and then I realized I don't have any.
You are literally flawless.
I will have to make some up, or whatever.
Okay. So he turns then to the half-orc. And he says, all right then, you tell me a story about how you met somebody in this group.
Kalanthar, I pick up my staff, and my graven companion hops onto it, making its way towards the top as I, lean it against my shoulder. He sits quiet for a moment, thinking about the proper story to tell. He gets an idea and a bright smile on his face as he looks around to Tyrion. And he motions toward him. That one. God damn it. Tyrion is a friend of mine. Once I finished training with my master of old, I decided to wander for a while. In the first city that I came across, Tyrion was there, unfortunately making a fool of himself, trying to I do not know the proper term for it, but for us orcs, usually we tend to find a life partner. I suppose he was trying that. It was very amusing to watch. But a bandit happened to come across one of the women he was chatting with, and him and I managed to defeat managed to fend off the attacker. So we went our separate ways for a while and happened to find ourselves in a tavern once again and decided it was a good idea to stick together. since we work very well as a sort of two-man group. Improv, motherfuckers.
It's very good.
Sorry, I wasn't also trying to put you down, Tyrion. I figured it would fit your character that
Okay,
he's kind of helpless romantic.
By the way, Cad, you now have to change your character's name to Tyrion.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, it's not?
It's
It's
not.
Tyrion.
It's Tyrion. It's Tyrion.
Hold on.
Shit! I read it wrong! I'm so sorry.
He's Tyrion the Tyrant.
He's Tyrion. Tyrion.
It was originally
Tyrion.
it was originally Tyrion, but you call him Tyrant. I'm just like, fuck it, I'll go with this then.
Is it Tyrion? Or Tyron? I'm so sorry. I can't.
My name is Tyrion Tyrion the Tyrant.
Also, Clarion, I do know what you're talking about. The penumbra. That's a really cool picture, though. To be fair.
I think.
Well, that's what she named her character. So, hold on a second.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Clarion.
Question for Tyrion.
Clarion
This is in or out of character.
Clarion.
or Clarion?
Clarion.
Oh god.
Oh.
Fucking-
What now?
I swear to
I-
God, if you use fire, I'm calling you Flareon. I don't care.
I was gonna ask.
I don't
stone-
use fire.
I was gonna ask what stone you used on Eevee to evolve.
Well, that'd be the dragon stone, I think.
I'll let you know what kind of stone. It was a kidney stone. It came from my cock.
Wow. All right.
Oh boy!
A Clarion.
Moving right along.
Did you want us to learn about improv?
All right.
Here we are.
Tyron. I have to get that down. It's Tyron. All right. I'll remember.
Tyrant.
I
Yeah,
got it.
that sounds
Tyrion Lannister, got it.
Tyrion Lannister. Got it.
I know. I'll roll a halfling bard and do that. I'll roll the name Tyrion Lannister if I do that.
With a horrible charisma score.
Horrible. But a high intelligence.
And you like,
He's extremely intelligent, but he has like no charisma.
Tyrion has charisma? What are you talking about?
So charisma and 3.5 determines how good you look too.
Yeah.
So
Hell
you'd
yeah,
have
that's why I had pretty
you'd
good-
have piss poor.
Anyway.
charisma.
Okay. Anyway. Focus.
I wonder what my charisma is for.
That's why my charisma is my second highest.
Thank,
16 charisma.
thank
bitch.
you, Half-Orc, for your story. The old
Kalanthar gives a gentle nod.
the old man turns around. I don't know. Can you guys see him spinning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's when you let go is when we can see him. Oh God.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
All right, moving on.
Give me that butt.
No.
All right. So, Tyron, you met the half-orc Kalanthar in this way. Tell us all a story about how you met somebody else in the group.
Sorry about that, guys. Sound came in.
Okay.
I may be dipping in and out of this. Sorry to interrupt because they just started the fucking GI party thing. So but once that's done, then I'll be good.
The gastrointestinal party.
Yeah, I don't know what GI stands for. I think it's like general inspection or whatever. It's basically an accountability thing. I gotta be.
Well,
I do that.
Tyrion adjusts, still giving a bit of a look to Kalanthar over his remark about his less than successful attempts at charming someone. He never did get that woman's address. Like, I don't know. There's no number in there's no phone number, so he couldn't have gotten that, obviously. Anyway, he ponders this for a bit, and he thinks, well, what sort of outfit is Clarion wearing?
He's wearing simple leathers. They're not really skin tight, but they're tight. I'm not gonna lie. He's wearing exactly how you see him in the picture because that is literally a picture of this character.
Oh, okay.
That's not like something I found. That's literal artwork of my character.
Oh, nice. Anyway, Tyron gestures over to the ninja. Oh, he's a ninja, right?
What? He's a rogue.
He's a rogue.
Hey, I'm going off what you said in Discord, all right?
Not a fucking ninja. I didn't call him a ninja.
You're
No,
all
he's a-
weebs.
Okay, I was just going off what you said in our Discord chat, all right?
No, that's fine.
Okay, he gestures to the rogue across the fire pit, and he says, "Well, our friend over here, during me and Kalanthar's travels, we came across him after some sort of ill-fated encounter with, I believe it was bandits of some sort, and he was wounded pretty severely on the shoulder, and I came over and managed to patch up his wounds, and
So, Kalanthar, was it bandits?
Kalanthar, I have to... Just a second.
Don't worry. This is that improv portion. You got to be ready.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm responding to Syria because Syria emoted something to me, and I was responding to that. And talking and typing is very
right back.
fucking hard. Kalanthar returns his gaze back to the wizard and Tyron. Fucking got it. Thinking for a moment as he looks to Clarion. If I remember correctly, I believe he... if I remember correctly, I believe he was shot by an arrow.
yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, he had an arrow stuck in his shoulder.
Although I don't believe they were bandits, I believe it was a cult of some sort.
Really?
And then... Claire. Oh wait, did he say be right back? Fuck.
That was a pretty. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that you mentioned that, it was a pretty robust arrow to be used by some sort of by random bandits. So I think you might be right. I think it was a cult. But yeah, I believe it was you who managed to get the arrow out of him, and I patched up his wound. And ever since then, we've been traveling together. He's been good asset in finding areas that are safe to make camp. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, I'd say.
Right.
Well, the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is she saying Kieran's not a great drinker, or she's not? I don't think I was hitting on you. I was trying to be a nice person. You seem like a kind enough individual, and I didn't know you weren't able to hold your liquor that well. Yep. Yeah. In your defense, though, it was kind of entertaining. Yeah. I don't feel unless back in there for a while.
By the way, I'm writing down notes as you guys are telling your stories, and I'll make sure they are.
We just have to make sure to let Clarion know that that's essentially... He can change it, of course, because it's his character. I don't mind. I've just, it's just Everybody remembers something differently, so it's totally fair and just.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point of this. The point of this is to create.
It's the cult that murdered his family. I hate myself.
I like to think Clarion is just like zoning in and out of all the stories going on right now.
All right, bud. So, what's it called? Tyron was asked to share a story, and we picked you. And it bounced between me and him, saying that you got shot in the shoulder by a cult, and you were needing to get away, and we helped you. Are you cool with that, or do you want to change?
That I was shot in the shoulder?
Yeah, this is all like improv essentially.
Let me ask you one thing.
Okay.
Did I have an apple in my hand?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds about right. You were trying to play it off like it was no big deal.
But he didn't answer.
That's up to you, dude.
You were the one that encountered me. Did I have an apple in my hand?
In my notes, you did.
Okay, then yes, I totally agree with all of this because his nickname is Apples because like literally the first thing I would steal in any game is apples, and he always eats apples.
Reminds me of my rogue. He's sick of apples.
So I just want to recap real quickly on the stories I've heard so far.
Okay.
And then we'll continue on. Syria's story currently is Slain saved her from wolves and bit a wolf's head off. She began following him because she didn't know where she was going. He's a meat shield. And Syria was hit on by Tyron in the first town they were in. Very failed attempt. He was trying to be nice. He was trying to be nice. She threw up. He had to clean it up. He was a nice guy to clean it up. Kalanthar's story is that Tyron's a friend of his. When he finished training, he went to go wandering. In the first city, Tyron was there, making a fool out of himself, trying to bang somebody.
It could have actually been... Perfect! It's fucking Syria.
Hey, that works. Hey, think about this.
That also means that Clarion... Then where does Clarion fit? Where does Clarion fit into this?
Well,
might have to change something.
Well, I mean, maybe you guys met Clarion after you met Syria.
Yeah, we just happened to not be in the same group at the time. Oh, yeah, that'll work.
So anyway, but then another part of that was a bandit came across. Well, no, because I mean, you said a bandit came at the woman. Tyron and Kalanthar attacked the attacker. And then they went their separate ways and then came back.
That's true.
Oh, wait, I have an idea. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
Could have just been a random person.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be that much connection.
He doesn't. He's not fucking.
He's just a nice guy.
I mean, he likes women just as much as the next straight man, but like, he's not. He doesn't hit on anything with tits that walks in his general direction.
All right. Okay. Focus. Focus, people. Focus. So the old man now. Jebbles, are you free?
I think that is a no. How about we go to Syria? How about we go to Slain?
Slain.
Really?
So,
really?
The old man looks at the lizard folk and says, "Well, you've been very quiet so far. Do you have a story you wish to share?"
What is Seb's dwarf's name?
His dwarf is named Dryamov.
Because it's the only one that hasn't been accounted for yet.
Yes.
Wait, it's dried them off?
Man, I came back at just apparently the worst time. We're the best.
You can't be serious!
His name is Dryamov.
So yeah, dry them off, Barrel Brother over here.
Drive them off, Barrel Brother.
That sounds like a song. Dry them off, Barrel Brother.
Yeah, Barrel Brother. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
It could be.
Oh my goodness.
Meow. All right, hold. I should be unbothered now for the rest of it. Okay.
Woo.
All right. I'm
You'll
here.
be up next, but it's Slane's turn.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, sorry that stupidness goes there this
Here's
time.
how I'm
Anyway.
gonna tie in everything.
All right. Tying everything in.
Met, dry them off. I cannot say his actual name. I have to keep saying dry them off.
You're not gonna do this with a straight face, Greg. It's not possible. Is it
Not
Dryamov?
as tired as I am. It's Dryamov.
It's Dryamov? Okay.
Met Dryamov when the rest of group met Clarion, dealing with cultists. Was very kind. Healed us up whenever we needed. Thought he would be a good addition to clan.
Lizard folk usually think in terms of clans.
That's true. That is true.
It actually works that he's a friend of the dwarf because dwarves think very strongly in terms of clan as well.
Well, pseudo orcs, but not as much.
Orcs are more tribes.
Yeah. Well, I'm a half orc, so but you know,
What's that?
regardless. I nod and look to Dryamov.
Dry them off.
Shut up.
Focus.
It was nice not having to tend to my own wounds every once in a while. He is a great friend. He is a great friend and even greater healer.
You know what the sad part of this is? Is that as this little web has come together, Clarion and Dryamov actually don't have much of a story they can tell that's different from those stories you've already told.
Yeah, that's the only issue that I had with this as
Yeah.
I was going into it. I saw that
this
was going to happen to the last
This
two.
is my first time trying this. Basically what I wanted to do was create a timeline of your characters meeting each other, coming together, deciding what to do, what to be, so that.
To be fair, though,
Who said I didn't have a story to tell?
I was about
I'm
to
not
say.
saying-
I'm about to say what they can do is reasons leading up to the cultists.
Oh,
And
I
give
already
us
was way
even
ahead of
more.
you.
Okay.
I was,
You know.
All right, hold on. All right, Clarion, you seem like you have a story in you.
So the sad part of this is because I missed like half of it. So all I know really is somehow I got involved with cultists.
Would you like me to sum up real quick?
If you don't mind.
They
Okay.
murdered your family.
No. So basically, here's the story so far. Slane saved Syria from wolves, and she started following him around so he would be a meat shield. Syria met Tyrion in a town where he tried to hit on her, but she threw up because she was drunk, and he had to clean it up. Tyrion and Kalanthar met each other when they saved some woman that Tyrion was trying to hit on, but he wasn't really trying. He was just trying to be nice. They beat the attacker, and then they went their same ways, and then came back together later on.
I could probably change that, to be fair.
Tyrion and Kalanthar had an ill-fated encounter with bandits where Clarion was wounded in the shoulder and he had apples in his hands. Well, it started out as bandits and then it became cultists. I was getting to that because it changed halfway through because Tyrion thought it was bandits, but it was really cultists.
So was I in a town out in or something?
I'm assuming you weren't in a town because cultists usually don't hang out in towns.
It was like
So-
outside of a town.
So they stumbled upon me, or did I stumble upon them?
I'm thinking that they stumbled upon you being accosted by cultists
Yeah, you were injured when we found
With
you.
apples in hand. Okay.
with apples in hand.
You basically,
Alright.
Apples from the cultists.
you were basically no, you were basically leaning up against like let's just imagine that he was leaning up against like a tree bleeding out, and he was just like, you know what, this I tried, and then it just
This
so
is my
happened
life now.
it
Bleeding out.
just so like, let me just have this last apple and I'm good. Then it just so happened, bam, Tyrion and Kalanthar were there. We mended your shoulder. Fuck! Tyron and Kalanthar happened to come across you and essentially took care of you and made sure that you weren't.
Going to that.
I would say Elator too, but he's just part of my character.
All right. So it was Tyron and who else that came?
Kalanthar.
Me,
All right,
Kalanthar.
All right. Cool. All right. So you want Clarion's story on this?
Yep.
All right. Right. So there I was in the middle of these woods here, going, you know, I'm a little bit thirsty, a little bit hungry, and you know what solves that problem at the same time? Apples. Apples solve the problem for quite literally anything and everything. If you haven't had a good crisp apple, you haven't had much of your life. So, down through the forest I was walking, and where else did you find apples? In a fucking forest, on top of a fucking tree. And I was like, you know, this isn't good. I'm not finding many apples in here. Maybe I'm in the wrong forest. I don't know much about trees. I just know much about apples. And I came across these folks. They had some hoods on them, or maybe they did. I don't know. Memory's a bit fuzzy. Got this wound in my shoulder. That's the only thing I can really feel, or could, I should say. Oh, yo, what up? So there I was, dancing on through the forest, and I found an apple. I picked that up, and I heard this voice go, "Hey, that's our apple." I said, "Hey, Brown's apple. It's the forest's apple. Everyone's apple. But right now it's my apple." Apparently they didn't take much of a liking to that. I got stabbed in the shoulder. Right in the shoulder.
By an arrow.
And as I went over to this wonderful looking tree, and I looked up, and I noticed there were no apples in this tree, and I said, fuck, I'm in the wrong forest. And then these two crazy guys came over, and one of them wasn't as crazy, because he cleaned up my wound. And he let me keep the apple. So yeah, that's my story.
He's just searching for apples. I feel like he should have more of a. I don't know. He's an assassin, and considering how anime he is,
He's not even really that anime. That's just the
That's
best
just the
part
style of the art.
That's just the style that that's a fan art of my character.
he's just super chill.
And he fucking loves apples.
Fucking loves that.
Whether or not that's the real story of what happened, only Og will find out in like 5 minutes.
So we only have one more person who has to do a story, and he's not fucking here.
I don't know. Give him like what, 5 minutes? He'll probably be here.
Well, he's typing for some reason in the general chat.
Dave's not here, man.
Whoa!
Dave's not here, man.
All right, I hope you don't mind me butchering your names like that wolf did your family.
Oh, he's here.
No, he's in the call. He just can't talk. He's not home yet, or he wasn't when he's been listening to us,
I think he's texting in the car, which he shouldn't be doing.
which he really shouldn't be doing.
Bad Sebi.
So far, what I'm hearing is Slain met Syria around the same time. Tyron and Kalanthar met. Slain and Syria began hanging out together. Tyron and Kalanthar separated, but then came back together. And they came back together, I'm thinking, about the time... I'm doing illegal stuff. Okay, no. Hold on.
Pay me enough and I won't sell anyone.
What?
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So Tyrant and Kalanthar came back together, and they met Clarion. And while at the same time that Tyron and Kalanthar were meeting Clarion, Slain and Syria met Drymov.
Mhm.
So I guess the final story would have to be, how did the group of Slain, Syria, and Drymov meet up with Tyron, Kalanthar, and Clarion?
I guess that could be. I would think that would be a Drymov story, and I think that'd be pretty interesting. That could tie it all together.
Yo, Og, I'm giving you like a real version of what Clarion did.
Okay.
Does it actually involve this story?
Of what we've talked about.
By the way, I want to say you guys have done a great job with this exercise, and our next session will be actual combat and excitement and such things and rewards and stuff. But today is just basically the day of figuring out how you guys are together, why you're together, and sort of like creating the camaraderie necessary to actually have a decent group that's not trying to kill each other on a consistent basis.
Why would you want to kill me?
Oh, like to
Reasons.
kill Javels.
And I am so stoked that I found my player's handbook and my monster manual. I'm so stoked.
I can write, I swear.
Would anybody like to learn about some very interesting exotic weapons that I have in this new book that I found?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay, hold on. A medium, a tiny weapon, small weapon, medium size, large, or huge.
Something that I could wield.
Well, I mean, everybody can wield all of this. It's just a differentiation of being like a great weapon or a small weapon, stuff like that. Just pick one because there's a bunch.
Preferably something that's not double-bladed.
Not double-bladed.
Huge issue that I came across with exotic weapons is that most of them are
Oh
double-bladed.
yeah, no, none of these are double-bladed. So I'll start with the medium-sized one. Okay, the Kopesh. I think everybody knows what a Kopesh looks like. They have I'll get a picture. Hold on.
Who drew in my apple?
Your apple's cute.
That there is a Kopesh.
Yeah, it's like an Egyptian sword, right?
Basically, it's a style of sword.
Oh, it's like a what's the Roman weapon? Or not Roman. It's God damn it. It's a weapon designed to get around shields. I know what it is.
Oh, the fuck. I know the one you're talking about. It's like the sword that like
it's
curves
such a-
inward as opposed to outward.
Yeah, it's such a weirdly curved blade.
It's also known as a hook blade. You can
Yeah.
use a Kopesh to make trip attacks with its hook-like blade. If you are tripped during your own trip attempt, you can drop the Kopesh to avoid being tripped. So if someone like hooks onto your sword and trips you, you can drop the sword. Let's see, another interesting one. What's a mercurial longsword?
Sword that seals dark.
I was going to say, is there any interesting staves?
Huh. This is an interesting one. It's called a mercurial longsword. A mercurial sword hides a secret reservoir of quicksilver, also called mercury, that runs along the interior of the blade in a slender channel. When the blade is vertical, the mercury swiftly fills an interior bulb in the haft, but when swung, the heavy liquid flows out into the blade, making it heavier. It's in non-proficient hands, the shifting mass penalizes the wielder by an additional -3 penalty on attack rolls, beyond the normal -4 non-proficiency penalty for using exotic weapon untrained. So basically, if someone picked up your weapon, they wouldn't be able to use it.
That's pretty cool.
And I presume the extra weight will make it better in your hands if you know what you're doing.
Let me see. Let's see. It does 1d8 damage, and it crits for ×4.
Oh, Jesus, I know what I'm getting.
That's if you find it.
Yeah. Let's see. Another interesting one. What's a duom?
I'm gonna
Duom. What's a duom?
Duom. I believe it's a mace.
It's the
Incorrect.
thing that you say whenever you're meditating.
Incorrect. The duom is a long spear with a standard spearhead as well as 2 blades curved so that they point backward along the shaft. The weapon has reach, allowing you to strike opponents 10 feet away with it. Those proficient with the duom can also attack adjacent foes with the reversed heads using a practiced reverse thrust. Apply a -2 penalty on the attack roll if you use the duom to attack a second adjacent opponent in the same round you attack the first opponent.
I hate it when the blades are reversed on my shit.
God damn it. I was about to say, if anyone's giggling at the word shaft, you're a child.
And it was me.
Yeah.
It was him. So let's see. I'll throw out some names. If you want to know the information about it, let me know. Claw Bracer, Panther Claw, Stump Knife, Triple Dagger, Ward Cestus, Gnomish Battle Pick, Gauntlet, Bladed, Sai, Sapara, Butterfly Sword, Tonfa. There's rules on Tonfa in here.
What's a butterfly sword?
Butterfly Sword?
It's like a butterfly knife, but it's much bigger.
It might be. Hold on.
Seems a little impractical.
Hold on.
You're impractical.
He's a bird. He's still a bird. Still
A
a
butterfly
raven.
sword. A monk using a butterfly sword fights with her unarmed base attack bonus, including her more favorable number of attacks per round, along with all other applicable modifiers. It is a tiny, thick-bladed sword.
Oh, that's what it looks like.
There's also rules on Warfan. There's Chain and Dagger.
Chain and
Gears-
dagger would fit probably Clarion a lot better.
Yeah, those are butterfly swords. Gear Spike. Gear is spelled Gyr. Gear Spike. Double Mace. Oh, the Gear Spike?
Yeah.
The Gear Spike is a double weapon. A stout shaft holds a flail on one end and a long sword on the other. That's horrific.
That's terrifying.
That is a dangerous weapon to everyone involved.
Everyone involved. Let's see.
I'm dangerous to everyone involved.
Of course you are.
Well, your last character
You're a
wasn't in
danger
my
to
game.
yourself.
Some other exotic weapons is the Manti, the 3-section staff.
Ooh, 3-stick nunchucks. Yes. By the way, my grandmother's bleeding.
How to spot the weeb.
Yeah, seriously.
I saw it from Boondocks. Thank you very much.
Originally a farm implement for threshing grain, the weapon is composed of 3 sections of wood of equal length, joined at the ends by chain, leather, or rope.
Alright, I'm here.
Did you run?
Yeah,
Don't run. What's wrong with you?
because I was like, I did not want to stall anymore. I was like, oh god.
Run,
I was
Forrest,
supposed to be done an hour ago,
I'll be right back.
and one guy literally screwed us over.
Way to go, Paul.
Huh. There's rules in here for the stump knife, which is a knife that you attach to your missing hand.
That's interesting.
There's rules?
Yar
Yeah.
har, matey, yar har.
Yar har, fiddly dee. Being a pilot is alright with me.
No, you can't just fill those D's, man.
I'm actually looking through my player's handbook now. I'm gonna. Isn't there a section for weapons in here? I don't know if it's a player's
So,
handbook. or
what
is it
he's looking
master?
at, they don't exist in Player's Handbook. He has
Yeah,
a separate-
what I'm looking at is a supplementary book called the Arms and Equipment Guide.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah, probably not. I mean,
I'd be surprised if you did.
I literally have like 50 supplemental books for 3.5. Most of them are in storage, but I did find these. Cad, you're a dick for drawing on my screen.
Who drew
He,
the
he
fire
can't hear
and
me.
stuff?
He can't hear me, but
I'm back.
Cad, you're a dick.
I just wrote on your screen. I don't know who drew the fire.
No, it's not. Anyway,
I cannot control my hands that well.
all right, Seb, are you here fully or?
Yep, I'm just jumping into the Roll20 right now.
Okay, once you're in, we're gonna start. Okay.
Okay. I apologize again for that, guys. I thought he was going to come in.
It's okay.
Unless
bud.
you're unforgiven too.
If he doesn't come in tomorrow, he will be the unforgiven.
Right, the Raven can. I can do touch spells with him. I don't remember if the Raven can actually cast range spells from a distance. I forget.
No, later on, I think.
Oh yeah, later on it can, but now I can only do touch spells, which I don't think I even have any. I have to check.
Who knows? All right, Sebastian,
All right.
you've heard most of the story that everyone has told. I don't know if you were listening when I was telling the timeline.
No, I didn't actually get to hear the timeline. I came in pretty late.
This is the timeline so far. Slain, the lizard folk, met Syria, the Fey Touch, and they hung out together. Tyron, the paladin, and Kalanthar, the wizard, they met, then they separated. When they came back, those two met Clarion. About the same time that Kalanthar and Tyron were meeting Clarion, Slain and Syria met Dryamov, your character.
All right.
So what we need from you, and a story in character that your dwarf will tell, is how the group of Dryamov, Slain, and Syria met the group of Tyron, Kalanthar, and Clarion. I will say that there was talk of cults, there was talk of apples, there has been several people who have said that you are a great friend and a great healer, etc., etc. So the old man looks to Dryamov the dwarf and says, "Why don't you complete our tale?"
Do you want me to do this in here? Or
They've all been lying.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that if you want. But I would prefer if you did it verbally as your character. That is the point of this exercise, is to try and get you into your character.
Draenov would bring his hands together, clasp his hands together, and say, "All right. So there I was. We were fighting some cultist, I think it was. I really wasn't sure what we were fighting. I was too busy trying to stand behind the lizard man, but he was trying to stand behind me. It was very difficult. But you know, when that difficulty passed, very easy to heal him. But during these times, these dangerous times, so many strange people. People with apples. People with apples. I'm not even sure how to tell the story or even end it. It was such a strange moment for all of us involved. I'd like to think all of you are my friends, but that was batshit insane.
So
I
what?
mean, you're not wrong.
What happened with the cultists? What happened to them?
I must admit, I was so busy trying to get behind the lizard man, I wasn't paying attention. But I'm pretty sure the man with the apples threw one apple at him and then realized he needed that apple.
Oh God! Does anybody know what happened to these cultists?
Well, don't be afraid now, guys. I'm pretty sure someone killed them. They were dead at the end of this.
Or were they? They were dead.
Yes.
Who killed them?
Look, I'm telling you, I wasn't paying attention. It seemed like the smart idea to hide behind the giant lizard man. He did not like this idea at all because he likes being a Pokemon. I did not agree with this.
Stop!
You never get the final blow.
Oh my God!
I kept trying to explain to him that I do have this mace in hand. I don't know if I'd really want to bash their heads in. I don't know if my god would be all right with that. I had to pray about that, you know.
I have to pray on this. I love it. So what?
They have names?
Sorry, I disappeared. I was breaching, clearing a room with a bunch of Nerf SWAT members.
Damn, you missed the good part.
I don't know. I shot a bunch of people with a Nerf shotgun. So.
Nerf shotguns exist?
Oh yes.
Well, they do now, lad. Whoa, hold on.
Anyway, Jabbles, what you have missed is a wonderful retelling of the story of your groups coming together to take out some cultists, but nobody is quite sure who landed the last blow.
I'm just saying, I had to pray on this. You can't just bash someone's head in.
So who landed the last blow on the cultists?
The answer is quite simple. The apple landed on his head and knocked him out.
Everything makes sense, but not at all. I just want you to understand this, friend.
I don't think an apple's heavy enough.
Did I?
Tyron,
the one that took the apple? No.
Tyron, what are you saying?
I don't think an apple's heavy enough to knock someone out.
If you throw it hard enough.
If you're not using enough apples.
No, I try to avoid people throwing apples at my head.
Sarah,
I
let me see
generally
an
like
apple.
I prefer to be liked, not have hated to the point where they throw foodstuffs at me.
Clarion, let me see one of your apples. Let's test this.
Oh, lad, what are you doing?
Oh, lad, what are you doing?
Oh, man. Maybe if I close my eyes, it won't hit me.
Well,
If I close my eyes, you're obviously my first target now.
well,
I'm just gonna flinch, don't worry about it, lad.
well. The old man. God damn, I'm trying to be serious here.
This doesn't make
All
any
right.
sense anymore.
No,
Because nobody know. Now the story is all too hazy. You know
That's
what?
the
To be
point.
fair, we could have been together too long, and now the story is too hazy.
All I know is I got stabbed. I got
shot.
By
healed.
an arrow, you got stabbed by an arrow.
He got stabbed.
And now there's at least one other woman in this group now. So
Whoa.
I'm liking this.
What do you mean one other woman?
As long as there's one woman in the group, I'll have a good time.
What do you mean other woman?
Lad, I need you to understand. Well, most dwarven women have beards. I am definitely a male.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I had to crush your dreams, so perhaps your hopes as well.
I hate to crush your dreams.
Well, I actually do, but
Anyway, okay.
what? She's not a woman?
It says, wait, what was that?
He stands up. He said, "Do you want to check?" And he stands up and he's gonna like start undoing.
Oh God!
You wasn't
Put that away! Put that away, lad! He puts his hands up trying to cover his eyes. Put it away, lad!
Kalanthar slips his staff into his hood and flips it up so he doesn't have to look for the moment. So his eyes are covered by his hood for the moment. He's just like, not gonna look at that.
Did he put it away, lads? Why are you looking at it? That's my question now. Judging by your silence, I am assuming he hasn't put it away yet.
Oh no, he would have.
Okay, it's just everybody looked away. He put it away.
It was more of a bluff. He wasn't gonna actually do anything.
He's
I
gonna
didn't
whip it out.
look away.
I
did not look away.
Alright, if Clarion didn't look away. If Clarion,
I was sitting there just kind of leaning forward as I slowly take a bite out of an apple, just waiting.
if he didn't look away, then Slane's gonna look him like straight in the eye as he
Do not lose eye contact. This is important. Look at me.
I hold my eye contact as I look at him. And I slowly take a bite of the apple. I go,
Oh, God, lad.
I hope this isn't the only thing that's juicy.
Ah, no, we're done.
God, lad,
We're done. We're done.
Come on,
Oh
quick.
my god.
I'm gonna have a rock.
The old man says, "Okay, well, this seems like a lot of fun, but I think I have what I need."
I don't like how
It's the
ominous
need
that
for
sounded.
speed.
I think I have what I need. You enjoy the rest of your time here, and we will meet again.
It was a
He never took them off.
pleasure meeting you, friend. Perhaps
Oh, he did take him off. It was a bluff. Who wants an apple?
Who wants to have?
Kalanthar raises
So-
his hood and smiles to the old man.
Come and get it.
Be safe on your journeys.
Okay, so the old man turns around and walks back off into the forest.
It was a fun.
Congratulations, you guys have
Emotionally
Created your
scarred
ca-
old man.
well, he's not an old man, but let's move on from there. You guys have successfully created for yourselves the reason that you guys are together, and a little bit of backstory for each one of your characters and their interactions with one another. And you all will get 100 EXP for doing such a great job.
we
Hey,
did such a great job telling that story.
So go ahead
Yeah,
and
you
open,
rummaged through that pack.
So everybody, just take a moment to go into your character sheets. Just add 100 EXP for the great story work today.
To the left side or the right side?
It's the left side. The right side is what you have to get to for your next level.
Okay.
First level 600, right? Or something? Or
Um,
300? Or 100?
300, yeah.
Yeah, 300 is for level 1.
Yeah.
And I had 125, but now I have just 100.
because we're starting over. Sorry.
Now, how many of you left at my name? I shall remember this. You do not understand the rage of a dwarf. Our memory is impeccable.
Wait.
You sure?
Okay, hold on. You guys think that first level is 300?
That's what it's set to.
That's what you
Mine's
told us.
300.
Mine's 300.
I'm just following the crowd here.
Where are you looking at?
My character sheet says 100 out of 300.
That's not accurate. Second level's 1,000.
Alright, so we missed A0. That's fine.
So wait, how exactly? Why was it set to 300 for last game then?
The hell if I know.
I
Okay.
think someone looked at 5th edition and said this is what.
Yeah, it's not fit.
Now I remember why I hated 3.5 because it takes you fucking forever to level up anywhere.
Trust me, I'll take care of you.
Don't worry. I think we can trust this voice in our head.
Just because all you've done today is tell stories. You don't
Yeah.
get a bunch of experience for that. You get 100 EXP, which is more than you deserve.
I wasn't expecting anything at
You-
all.
You're damn right.
But
Yeah.
I was just saying that's one of the complaints that I had about 3.5 is that
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't we say for the last game we were gonna just do the EXP? We were gonna do the EXP like 5e just because it takes fucking forever. I thought we
I
agreed
never
on
said
that. No, I'm just saying that's what I thought we did before.
think
I mean,
we should
I would-
do what the DM says.
I would have been the one saying that, and I wouldn't say that.
No dice. Shot it, missed, shit on the hit.
So what do you say? 100 XP?
Mm-hmm. 100
Yes, for telling a good story.
I don't know if it was good, but it was a story.
Now, I was sort of thrown into the mix. I was like, oh shit, gotta think up something I gotta think up something. And I was like, wait, I could try and hide behind this lizard. Didn't work.
It didn't work though.
He's a
I'm pretty
Pokemon.
sure. I'm almost certain that Slane could fucking pick you up and put you in front of him.
I just realized I got smacked.
No,
Yes, you did.
Slane, I
Roll for damage.
trust you not to slap me. You're a
So,
good friend of mine. I mean, what? I mean, don't throw me.
To be fair, we could have been on a lot of different adventures together since then. So, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, it could have. Like, I imagine we're all close friends by now. Like, that's how it's said.
Is that all
That's
we're
how
doing?
all.
We can absolutely do more if people want to continue.
I would love to do more.
yes!
I mean, I can stay out for like another hour or two. So
You guys can keep going, but I need to go to bed.
Oh.
yeah.
No, I mean, we don't have to continue, but I mean, the people who want to stay, I
I can tell
can
stories
find
around
some.
the camp.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could. Anybody who wants to stay can do a dream dungeon with me. You want to do a dream dungeon?
Yes!
I
Okay.
ended up in a fucking hole last time.
Little Freddie Mercury rapey.
Hey, wait,
Oh, I know
Oh,
where
okay.
this is going.
Clarion.
Okay, so just give me a
Dabbles.
second to wait. Let me get it. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'm gonna grab my pre-generated dungeon, and then we'll get started. Okay?
Alright.
Yeah.